a short video here. I'm going to create a couple of clamps to hold the hoses on the laser cutter to keep it all, the hoses nice and straight and beautiful. And there, a 3D model of what we want. Actually, it isn't what we want. So just realised it's only half of what we want. Because my hoses are fully round and it's got a bolt onto a flat surface. So I'm going to go back in, use the dimensions that I started with, but modify them so that it will now fit a full length, full size hose. There you go. Pull all those dimensions down and let's do it properly the second time. So sparing you the boring details about how we created that in the software, we now shoot that across to Cura, where we can now 3D print it. I'll run through the layers here bit by bit as the neighbour makes some racket next door, just to see that it is going to print the way that I want it to print. I recently found this function very helpful when you might see a glitch or something that's printed in the middle of nowhere and you just want to hopefully make it turn out what it looks like on the screen there. I do think, so I printed a couple in the horizontal and one in the vertical because the layers, yeah, that didn't work out. But this worked out. I was afraid of the weakness on these clamps because of the way that they run the strands and they print. So these ones are printed longitudinally along the clamp. And it fits perfectly, look at that. Oh, this is first shot. And on that one. The reason I've got two together is we want both of those pipes to run along the side without, I can't fit clamps in there, zip ties. I will be making another bracket for that in a second to hold that switch up out of the way, but that's different to these ones. So I'll screw those in place and consequently, worst fears, break the one at the very end. Because there was too much tension on that hose, but we threw it out and got the one that was printed in the vertical position. There it is, a lot stronger. And that's how we did a design from an idea and some measurements on the computer, printed out. And I'm going to do the same for that bracket, but it needs to be a little bit fancy because there's a hex side and a circle side. And there we go, starting to print it out. Doesn't take too long, a couple of hours. And there she is, ready to go. I'll screw that on, clip that in, look at that, wacky dude.